Hello students, this is your English teacher and I am going to teach you today third unit prose in celebration of being alive, written by Dr. Christian Barnard. First, we will see about the author, Dr. Christian Barnard. He was a South African cardiac surgeon who performed the world's first human-to-human heart transplant operation. He was born on 8 November 1922 to poor parents as their fourth child. After loss of his brother to heart problem, he determined to become a doctor. And he studied medicine and practiced for several years in South Africa. Barnard developed a remedy for the infant defect of intestinal atresia. His technique saved the lives of 10 babies in Cape Town and he was adopted by surgeons in Britain and the United States. He was introduced to the heart-lung machine and he allowed to transfer to the service run by open heart surgery pioneer Walt Lillehei in 1958. He retired as head of the Department of Cardiac Surgery in Cape Town in 1983. During his remaining years, he established the Christian Barnard Foundation, dedicated to helping underprivileged children throughout the world. And he wrote 14 books and 235 scientific articles. Some of his prominent works are The Best Medicine, Your Healthy Heart, Body Machine, Good Life, Good Death, The Donor, In the Night Season, 50 Ways to a Healthy Heart, Arthritis Handbook. He conferred with 11 honorary doctorates and 36 international awards. At the age of 78, he died on asthma attack. An introduction of this lesson. This is a speech extract from Dr. Christian Barnard's experience that changed his life. And he tells what is important in our life and he advises what we should take from our experience, which is suffering or happiness. He is a heart surgery expert and he is going to complete his career. This is remembering the lives of the people and their difficulties. Moreover, this lesson will describe the new meaning of human life. Let's see more about this lesson. As a doctor in his medical career, he asked us, do you know, in the birth of the 125 million children in a year, the 12 million children have also died for a year before in this world. And 6 million children die before the age of 5. Remains are mentally or physically suffering from the birth. As we are in this way, we are happy about that. We are not such as. And he told that we don't want to have the bad events that can happen. Everything is accidentally happening. At this moment, he recalls about the accident that severely caused him and his wife. He says that it was an unforgettable moment. One night, he and his wife finished their dinner at a hotel and went back to home. While they crossed the road, they met with accident severely. During the next few days in the hospital, he and his wife were severely affected. He had broken 11 ribs and a hole in the lungs. His wife badly fractured on her shoulder. In the hospital, he not only suffered with pain and agony, but also anger. He could not understand why it happened to them. Over and over he asked himself because he had lot of works and patients were waiting for him. His young baby also needed her mother for care. We would be thinking the same thing. That's why a difficulty like that came up. He thinks maybe if his father was there now, he would have said, "My son, it's God's desire. That is the way God tests you. Suffering enables you and makes you a better person." But he did not agree with it because as a doctor doesn't want his patient being very pain in a sweat soaked bed. In those days, they didn't know about heart surgery. Moreover, they have not received modern tools, but they had full confidence on the doctors and nurses. And he told that he saw in the hospital patients believe that doctors are going to help them. If unexpectedly caused by physicians, they accept their fate and they don't complain to mutilating surgery. If he thinks, "What I'm a doctor, I see you seeking until I can." Several years ago, one morning, he saw a Grand Prix in Cape Town's Red Cross Hospital. That event that changed the wrong view he had thought. It gave him complete comfort. Actually, what happened there that morning was that a nurse had left a breakfast trolley in patient's room, and very soon this trolley was driven by an intrepid crew of two. They were a driver and a mechanic. The mechanic was totally blind, and the driver had only one arm. The mechanic provided motor power by galloping along behind the trolley with his head down, while the driver sat on the mower deck and steered with one hand by scraping his foot on the floor. The rest of the patients laughed and gave shouts of encouragement. It was a much better entertainment than anything anyone puts on at the Indianapolis 500 car race. At the end, there were scattered plates and silverware. The nurse and ward sister finally took and scolded them and put back to their bed. Dr. Bernard wants to tell about the driver and the mechanic. The mechanic was a 7-year-old boy who admitted in the hospital due to serious burns on the upper part of his body and lost both of his eyes. One night it happened when his mother and father drank. His mother threw a lantern at his father, but it missed, and the lantern broke over the child's head and shoulders. He suffered severe burns and he lost both his eyes. At the Grand Prix, he was walking horror because his disfigured face. It was long flap of skin hanging from the side of his neck to his body. His lower jaw became gripped in a mass of fibrous dish. The only way this little boy could open his mouth was to raise his head, not easily open his mouth at any time. And the trolley's driver had a harmful tumor, and his shoulder and arm were amputated with little hope of recovery. Arthur informed he knew better about him because a few years earlier he had successfully operated in his heart. But he had returned to the hospital because he had a malignant tumor of the bone. When doctors see after the race, the mechanic said, "You know, we won," and they were laughing. Suddenly, doctor realized that both of those have given him a new hope. And if anyone wants to survive, in which they have to keep trust in them. The life is not just the world, the only thing to celebrate and happiness. Until then, he came to the wrong perspective of the suffering of life. But he realized it's not fair. And he suggested that you don't become a better person because you are suffering, but you become a better person because you have experienced suffering. And he also exampled we can't appreciate light if we haven't known darkness. At once, if we have never suffered cold, we can appreciate warmth. These children showed him that it's not what you have lost important. What is important is what you have left. At last, in this lesson delivered, people try to understand life always with their own experiences. When a misfortune strikes, they look at life from a different angle. They may get scars, but they understand what makes life noble. Although children were silent in life, they were happy with the suffering. And we have to learn from there only the suffering in our lives and learn to live together. Okay, students, I finished this lesson and I give you some questions for this lesson as a PDF file. Copy it in your notebook and read well. And we will meet again next class. Thank you.